your forehead. You can even feel some of that energy up into the crown of your head. Invite your breath to deepen. Welcome. Invite your body to soften into the support beneath you. Beautiful. Let's rotate palms down, bring your chin inwards, and we'll just start to circle. Move your head into a circle here. I'm just going to lock that door as we're circling. Keep softening into your jaw as you circle. Next time you feel your chin coming inwards, we'll reverse our circle, moving in the opposite direction. Lovely. Just bring your head back towards center. Extend your heels forward. And we'll find some movement here into your toes. Nice wiggle of your toes. See how much movement and stretch you can invite just into your toes today. And then we'll start to circle into our ankles. Move your feet into a circle around your heels. And then we'll move in the opposite direction around our heels. Beautiful. One more circle here. And as we fold our legs back in, take the opposite ankle in front. So the ankle that you might not usually cross in front, bring that in front if that's available to you. Extend your arms forward here. Find that wiggle into your fingers. Nice wiggle into the 10 fingers. Good. Hold your fingers in. We'll roll into our wrist. And then we'll roll in the opposite direction into our wrist. Beautiful. Release your hands down here. Find some movement in your shoulders. Nice rolling here. Good. Yeah, and then we'll roll in the opposite direction into our shoulders. Beautiful. Lovely. Let's look at extend our heels forward. This time, create a little bit of space between your heels. Yeah, we're not going for a split, but just a little space here. We're gonna drop our right hand down, extend our left arm up and over. Reach up with your left arm and then plant your left hand down. We're reaching up and over with the right. And that's our movement here. So we're shifting from side to side. One hand lands and the other hand reaches. Opening up the side body here. Notice how your body feels as we start to release some of that tension that might have built up overnight. Or maybe it built up all day yesterday. Good. Feel that long line of stretch from your hips to your armpits. Beautiful. Go once more here to the left. And then bring yourself back towards center. We'll again bring ourselves to our easy seat, our Sukhasana posture. Take a big reach and a stretch up. Exhale, rotate to the right, coming into a seated twist, looking back and over your right shoulder. We're going to keep working with the eyes here. So keep your eyes open, rotating more over to the right. Fix your gaze, find your deep breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back towards center. Big reach and extension up. Exhale to the left. Keep your eyes open and rotating back and over that left shoulder. Gaze fixed, breath steady here. Big inhale coming back towards center, big extension up and join your hands here at heart center. Beautiful. Let's bring yourself to your hands and your knees. Nice. Good. Nice stretch of your fingertips away from each other. Let's work a little bit into stretching into the wrists here. So let's start by rotating your fingers out. So right fingers point to the right, left to the left. And very gently, we'll just shift our weight to the right and the left here. We don't want to go into a point of pain, but just inviting a little bit of stretch happening into the wrists, into the hands, and into the fingers. Good. Let's bring ourselves back towards stillness here. Option to keep your hands here, or if it's available to you, rotate your fingers so that they're pointing back and towards your knees. If the fingers are side to side, we'll keep moving side to side as we stretch. If your fingers are pointing back, it's going to be a real subtle movement forward and backwards. Good. So side to side, if those fingers are pointed to the right and the left, if the fingers are pointing back towards your knees, we're gently moving forwards and backwards. Good. Let's release this movement here. Rotate all 10 fingers pointing forward. One more stretch for the wrists here. Stretch and activate the fingers of your right hand and flip your left hand so that the palm is facing up. Good. So you're deciding how much pressure we're putting in the back of our hand. It's certainly not going to hold as much as our palm of our hand would. So that right hand is going to be holding more weight. Try to straighten that left arm as much as you can. Good. Let's flip the left hand. Spread those fingertips wide, gripping the ground. Invert the right hand, palm facing up. Good. Deciding how much weight you'd like to place here. And again, we're trying to keep that right arm as straight as we can. Very good. Flipping the palm of your right hand. Now let's come back to our tabletop. So land those wrists underneath your shoulders if they're not already. Middle fingers want to be pointing towards the front of the mat. Extend your right leg long and behind you. We're pressing here back into the heel with the toes down. Roll over the heel. So toes are down. We're pressing into the heel, rolling over the toes. Very nice. Good. Once more in each direction. As you roll over the toes that last time, bring yourself back to toes curled under, then bend into your knee. You want to lift your knee up to hip height. Sole of your foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. We're just going to press your heel up, bring your gaze forward, then lower your knee to hip height. So we're pressing the heel up towards the ceiling, lowering our knee to hip height. It's not a huge range of movement here. We want to try not to come lower than hip height. And if it works for your neck, we're going to do this movement with our gaze forward. So beginning to bring our spine into a little bit of a back bend here. Beautiful. Go ahead and lower your knee all the way down to the ground. Find some hip circles here. Lead with your hips as you circle your body. And then we will hip circle in the opposite direction. Good. Begin to come back towards center. Nice spread of the fingertips here. We're gripping the mat with our finger pads. Left leg length is long behind us, toes down. Press back into your left heel. Roll over those toes. Pulsing movement here. Gaze is down as we begin to open those bigger muscles in the back of your left leg and then the front of your foot and your ankle. Beautiful. Next time you're pressing that heel back, take that lift of your leg up, bend at your knee. Feel that line from your hip to your knee. Shift your gaze forward if that doesn't hurt your neck. And we're pressing the heel up and then lowering our knee to hip height. Again, not a huge range of movement here, but we can feel this stretch happen. We can feel the strengthening happen. We're inviting into our glute muscles here. Beautiful. Next time that knee is lowering, lower all the way down to the ground. Create some space between your knees. Extend your hands forward. Let your forehead lower to the ground or to a block here. We're coming into our pose of the child. Nice deep breaths as you settle here into our balasana. Beautiful. Next inhale, lift your gaze forward. Press yourself back up to our hands and our knees. Walk your wrists underneath your shoulders. Walk your knees underneath your hips. If you are towards the front of your mat like me, you might scoot a little towards the back of your mat. We want some free space in front of us that we'll be reaching into here. We're setting up for our downward puppy. So I want to give you a few options as we set up for our downward facing puppy. Very similar to child's pose, but here our hips are going to stay over our heels. We're going to reach into the space in front of us, and then we're lowering. Traditional posture is our forehead is going to come to the ground. That might feel too intense with your gaze forward. Excuse me, I said forehead, but I meant chin. So traditionally our chin is coming to the ground. The alternative is our forehead to the ground. So if chin feels too strong, we can bring forehead down. We can also place a block underneath our head and keep our head a little higher with our arms forward. That's going to be helpful if there's a lot of tightness between the backs of your shoulder blades. So we're choosing one of these options. Chin is down or forehead is down. Keep your arms long. Keep your armpits hollowing out and inwards here. Nice energy radiating out through your 10 fingers. Feel your breath moving. Sanskrit for this posture is the heart melting posture. So really get a sense of the back of your heart melting down towards the ground. Inhale, walk your arms in, walk yourself back up nice and tall here. Scoot that blanket, if you got it, out from beneath your body. And we're going to come to lay on the side of our body. Let's come to the right side. So right elbow down and supporting your head. You're always welcome to have a blanket underneath this elbow if you'd like it. Left hand's in front of our heart. We're going to bring those long legs back. So straight line back from our hips to our heels. Very good. Begin to press through your heels, pull your toes inwards, and we're inhaling, top leg lift, exhaling, top leg lowers. Good. Moving at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. One more time. Up. One more time. Lowering. Hover here without landing. Good. Very good. Extend your lower arm long in front of you. Lower arm long in front of you. Reach your top arm here. Good. Keep that upper leg lifted. See if we can also lift the bottom leg here. Lifting both feet. Good. Both feet up and away from the ground. We're balancing on the side body. We don't often balance on the side body. You might notice some wiggles and then relax. Relax your body down. Again, support your head with the lower hand. Upper hand is rooting in front of your chest. Fold into your upper leg so that the knee points to the ceiling. We're bringing the sole of our foot to our inner leg. Good, kind of a fallen tree pose here. See if you can keep that upper knee pointing up to the ceiling. So big hip opening happening here. Really nice. Now release your foot from your leg. Keep your knee bent. we'll begin to bicycle this upper leg. So big hip circles in the upper leg. Good, that's it. Big circles into that upper leg, really nice. Moving into our hip. And the next time you're moving through center, let's reverse these bicycle circles. Beautiful. Go ahead and center heel on top of heel here. Now lower that bottom arm and we're going to prop ourselves up onto our elbow. Good. Lowering that bottom arm, propping yourself up onto your elbow. Look and see. You want a straight line from your shoulder to your elbow. Good. And we don't often ask our elbows to hold a lot of weight. So if you want a blanket beneath your elbow, you're welcome to do so. We're going to bring ourselves up into a side plank. So start with this top leg. Go ahead and plant your top foot on the inside edge of your front leg. That's exactly it. Now press into your left hand and pop your hips up. Yeah. So we're coming into a forearm plank here. Hips are lifted. Let's lower the hips. I want to talk a little bit about that back foot. So that long leg, we keep the heel straight and we're really pressing into the side blade edge of that back foot. So we're going to try that again. Left hand is down, top left foot is down on the ground. Press your hips up, feel that blade edge of your back long leg pressing into the ground. And then maybe we can lift the left arm up towards the ceiling. Yeah, forearm plank. Breathing here. Exhale, lower. Relax your left arm, relax your left leg long, and we'll switch to our other side. Good, keep a blanket close. Now we know what we're doing. May or may not want a blanket to support you here. Good, so we're starting with our bottom arm bent. We're supporting our head here. Top hand now to right hand is in front of your chest. Going to stop you from rolling. Keep your legs long, pull your heels back so you have a straight line from your hips to your heels. Press through your heels, pull your toes in, and we're inhaling, top leg lifts. Exhaling to lower. Moving at your own pace. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. Straight legs, lifting and lowering here. Next time that top leg is lowering, hover your heel here, hovering above that bottom leg. Go ahead and release that hand that's holding your head. Extend that arm forward and away from your head. Then reach your top arm forward and away from your head. See if you can float both feet up and away from the ground. Float both arms up and away from the ground. So we're really balancing on the side body. Find your breath here. Good, and we'll exhale, we'll lower our arms, lower our legs. Again, bend into that bottom arm to support your head. Use that top hand in front of your chest, and then we're bending into our top leg. So it's fallen tree. Sole of your foot meets the inner lower leg. Knee is pointing up towards the ceiling. That's it. Good, really try to press that knee up. We're opening into the hip. There it is. Now release your foot from your leg, point your knee in the same direction as your heart and start to find those one-legged bicycles, hip circles here into our top leg. Big circles, there it is, big circles. Beautiful, next time that heel is pressing back, reverse these circles, moving in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Go ahead, relax to that top leg. Now we're going to set the sole of your foot on the ground, toes pointing towards the space in front of you. Press into your bottom hand enough to lift your torso up and slide your elbow beneath your shoulder. There it is. I feel like I've seen this in some gods and goddess pictures where they're kind of in this position, maybe eating grapes in this kind of relaxed position, right? So really begin to activate the outer edge of the long leg. So that long edge of your foot, pinky side edge of your foot, is going to be balance point as we lift our hips up here. So start with your hand down, top hand down, press your hips up and away from the ground. Really feel that outer blade edge of the foot, that bottom leg's foot pressing into the ground, and then lower the hips down. Yeah, we're going there in a minute. Good. Find your breath. Feel that long leg. So it's our bottom leg. We're pressing through the heel. Pull your toes in. That's going to give you that blade edge of the edge of your foot. It's going to balance your body. As you're ready, again, press down with your hand, lift up with your hips. Really squeeze and activate the muscles of your lower legs. And if it's available, reach your hand up towards the ceiling. Good. Steady breath here. Variation of our side plank Vasisthasana. Exhale, lower your hips, lower your hands, bring yourself onto your belly. Right onto your belly, cross your forearms over each other, rest your chin or your forehead down. Find an alternate knee lift here. Good, deepen your breath, gently lifting alternate knees. Option to stay here in motion or keep both heels lifted. And we'll move our heels from side to side. Both heels lifted. If that feels okay for your back, we're windshield wipering those heels side to side. Good. Very good. Beautiful. Let's begin to extend your heels long and behind you. Bring your palms beneath your shoulders here. Lengthen into the back of your neck. We're floating our head above the ground. So nose is pointing down, but we're not smushing our nose into the ground. Stretch into your 10 toes here. Click the toenails into the ground. Root through the top of the center of your sacrum. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your elbows in. Use an inhale. Lengthen your heart forward, and we're lifting up into our cobra pose. Exhale, softening down. Good. Keep that grounding through the tops of your feet, through the center of the pelvis. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, softening down. Good. One more time. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Bhujangasana. Exhale, soften down. Relax your hands. Support your head, chin or forehead here. Good. Let's begin to turn your left knee out and pull your left knee up towards your armpit. There it is. Might come to rest on your cheek here, looking towards that lifted leg. Good. Maybe your right arm will lengthen. We'll bring that cheek to our long right arm. We can begin to bring the left hand in front of our chest. We're opening towards that lifted knee. Good. See if you can pull your knee out even higher when you create that space. Yeah, there it is. Good. Breathing deeply here. Checking in with our hips and deep into the hips here. Choice, you could stay exactly here or switch our back a little bit here. If we're going to switch, we're going to switch arms. So this arm in front of your chest is going to reach long and in front of your body. The arm that you're resting your head on is going to reach through and grab for that knee. Yeah. Now our head's floating. So what does our head want to do? We want to lay it down. So rotate your nose towards the ceiling and begin to roll towards the back of your head. That's where we get that twist. Good. As you roll, this long arm is going to roll with you. There it is. Good. So maybe that arm moves backwards in space towards the back of your head as your nose rolls up towards the ceiling. Get a big, deep, whole body stretch here. Breathe into this. Good. These whole body twists, really healing for the back body. Help stretch and pull on these different lines of muscles within the body, these different fascial lines within the body. One more big full yogi breath here. And begin to send that top hand again in front of your nose. We're going to lift and rotate our head here as we rotate back to face that side. Go ahead, release your knee, slide yourself back towards center, and we'll extend our leg long. Relax your heart down, rest your chin or your forehead here, coming back to our crocodile makrasana. You can feel your body relax and open here. You can start to find an alternate heel lift here, alternate heel lift. Good. Yogi's choice to stay here with this alternate movement or lift both heels. Find that side to side slide of your heels, that windshield wiper movement here. Good. Center your heels over your hips. Extend your legs long and behind you. Relax your hands underneath your shoulders. Float your head so that you can lengthen into the back of your neck. Good. Press actively into your 10 toes. So toenails pressing into the ground here. Now roll your shoulders away from your ears. Hug your elbows in towards your ribs. Isometrically activate your hands as if you're going to slide them towards your hips. Take an inhale here, rise up. Exhale, relax down. Moving with your breath. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, relaxing down. Good. Twice more with your breath, breathing into our cobra. Beautiful. Exhale, relaxing down here again. Cross your forearms, rest your chin or your forehead down, resting in our makrasana, crocodile pose. Now, opposite knee is going to hug up and towards our armpit. So turning that other leg outwards, bring your knee up and towards your armpit. Very good. Okay, so I think we all have our right knee lifted if I'm looking correctly. Get all mixed up with these twisting poses. So we're going to take that opposite arm. Left arm is going to lengthen long in front of us. Go ahead and rest your cheek or your head on your left arm. Begin to bring your right arm in front, right hand in front of your chest. So we're opening our chest towards that knee that's lifted. That might create a little bit of space, maybe just a centimeter, for you to pull that knee even higher up here. There it is. We can stay exactly here. We're already getting a nice stretch into our hip, into our spine, into our shoulders, or we can take that twist. If we are twisting, we're going to switch arms. So right arm comes forward, left arm reaches into that space and grabs for the right knee. There it is. And then roll onto the back of your head. As you roll, bring that long arm back in space with you so those fingertips stay plugged into the ground over your head. Good. Looking up towards the ceiling or closing your eyes. Breathe into this big stretch. Notice what's stretching on this side. Notice where sensation shows up here. Good. Big yogi breath here. Present for this inhale, present for this exhale. And begin to let go of your knee if you have it. Slide that long arm that's over your head back in front of your chest. And as that arm comes in front of your chest, you're going to press into your elbow to free that bottom arm out. Lengthen into both legs, stretching your legs long. Rest your chin or your forehead down on your folded arms here. Feel into this movement that you've invited into your body. Feel the echo of that movement here. Really lovely. Let's begin to walk your hands underneath your shoulders here. Walk yourself up to a tabletop position. From tabletop, curl your toes under. We want to be facing that front of your mat if you're not already. So we want to curl our toes under. You can create a little bit of space between your knees. Really nice. Walk your hands closer to your knees and then float your knees up. So we're coming into our 10-toe squat. Good. Hands are in between the knees. In between the knees. Good. Very good. Really good. Okay. I'm just going to rock a little bit forward, a little bit back, sending the weight a little bit more into your heels and a little bit more into your fingertips. Really nice. Let's instead of fingertips, let's plant the palms of our hands down. So we're rocking back into our heels and then forward into the palms of your hands. Really nice. If they're not already, walk your arms so that they're on the inner edges of your knees. You want to have that nice connection as we take that little rock forward. We can feel the weight coming a little bit more close to the arms. And we're rocking back and into the heels. Really nice. There it is. Good. Now pause in this rock forward position. So pause, leaning into our hands. Press your elbows into your knees. Squeeze your knees into your elbows. And then we'll take a rock back. Yeah, rocking back. Take that rock forward. Press your elbows into your arms. Touch your arms into your, touch your knees into your arms into your knees. Lift your right toes up. Point your right toes towards your left heel. And then we'll lower the right toes down, rocking back, resting here. Good, we'll do that again. Take a rock forward, squeezing your knees in, squeezing your arms back out. Gently point the left toes towards the right heel. And then lower those toes down, bring it back. Good, let's take a break. Relax our bottom down, stretch our heels out to either side. And let's take a big full big circle all the way around. Really nice, big circle. Good, so we're playing a little bit with our crow pose. That's that posture we're just playing with. As we get into crow, one of the mistakes sometimes that we make is we try to jump. We try to jump into it, whereas the better way to get into it, the more stable way, is to just kind of gently lift like we did with that half lift. We pointed one set of toes towards the heel. So we come into crow, we do that with both sets of toes at the same time. Let's reverse this circle. If you haven't already, we'll reverse the circle here. Very good. Nice whole body circles. Beautiful. Let's fold into our knees, bring the soles of your feet towards each other. Really nice. Might interlace your fingers between your toes, might just hold onto the toes here. Roll your shoulders up and feel your low back drawing in. Lift your chin. An anti-cell phone stretch here. As prescribed by the yogis before cell phones existed. Lift your chin up as much as you can without creating heat in your neck. If your eyes are open here, keep your gaze lifting towards your hairline. So we're lifting our gaze, lifting our chin. Easy breath here. Beautiful. Tuck your chin in. Lengthen forward. Imagine you can connect your heart with your feet here. So we're aiming heart more than our chin, more than our forehead as we lengthen forward here. If it's available, you might press your elbows into your knees. Find your steady yoga breath. Beautiful. Let's inhale, come into a lifted position. Release your feet, fold your knees together like a book, and we will come back to our shortened hands and knees. We're setting up for our 10-toe squat here. So toes curled under, hands are in front of our knees. Go ahead and float your knees up. I'm going to walk those hands in. And then just create a little bit of space between your knees for your hands to sit. Good. This time I want you to reach with your right hand back as if you're swimming. Reach back and then swim it forward. And we're planting the palm of our hand down. Arm and inner knee are connected. And then do the same with the other side. Reach back, swim it forward. Plant the palm of your hand down. Arm and knee are connected. Look at your hands and actively spread your 10 fingers as far apart as you can from each other. Good. Good. So we're creating a foundation with our hands as we prepare to play with crow for a second time. Now, looking at your hands with that nice spread between your fingertips, channel gecko energy here. So we're gripping the mat with our finger pads as if we had those sticky gecko fingers. Feel how the center palms of your hands kind of suck up like suction cups into your body. Good. From here, squeeze your knees into your arms, press your arms back towards your knees. We've got real strong connection between the hands and the ground, real strong connection between our arms and our knees. Now we'll begin to float forward and float back. So just testing how it feels to invite our weight to come forward into the fingers and then pressing back into your feet. Good. If we're playing, if we're working towards crow and it's a little aspirational right now, this is a great place to start. Or the next time you come forward, float the right toes up, point them towards the left heel, and then relax the right toes down, floating back. There it is. It's a gentle lift, not a jump. Floating forward, try that with the left toes, pointing them towards the right heel. Lower your toes down, float your weight back to your heels. Now, as we come forward, maybe we can point both sets of toes towards each other. And then lower. It could just be for 30 seconds. Half a minute. You want to keep that connection of knees and arms floating forward. Point, point, and relax. Point, point, and relax. Great job. Let's relax now. Hips down, heels wide. Great job, everybody. Let's give those wrists a little bit of love. Really nice. And we'll roll our wrists into the opposite direction. Always somewhere to go in our yoga practice, always something new to learn. Let's shake into our hands and into our wrists. Good. Let's fold into both knees. We're going to keep our knees pointing to the right, both feet coming to the left. Really nice. You may want some blocks on the right side. If you're mat, maybe keep them close if you choose to use them. Tim, I got you. There you go. Yeah, they're so far away. There you go. Beautiful. Come into a tall reach with your arms. Join your hands at heart center here. Interlace your fingers, extend your arms up long, reach to the left. Inhale towards center. Exhale, release your hands to the right. Here's where we might want blocks if the floor feels far here. Take an inhale here. Draw the outer edges of your arms back. Squeeze your shoulders towards each other. Lift your gaze. Now exhale, bring your elbows down. Again, this is where blocks might come in handy if the floor feels far. We're relaxing over to that right side. Head might stay lifted here, or you might relax your head down in your arms. Breathing into our deer pose. Next inhale, come back to long arms. Shift your heart forward here. Lean back into your hands. Bring both knees to the left, both feet to the right. There you go. If you used your blocks, go ahead and bring those with you if you think you might want your blocks on this side. Lovely. Let's take an inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands coming to heart, Anjali Mudra. Interlace your fingers, press your palms forward and up towards the ceiling. Now we're leaning to the right, so away from your knees. Beautiful. Come back towards center. Release your hands from each other. Rotate to the left, same direction as your knees. We're starting with arms long. Hands could be on blocks here. Draw the outer edges of your arms back. It's a slight opening spiral here. Feel how that lifts your heart, lift your chin if that works for you. Big deep breath here. Exhale, soften down. Bring your elbows down to blocks or to the ground. Maybe crossing forearms here, resting your forehead down if that feels good for you. Go inwards to your breathing here. Next breath, come back to your tall arms. Shift yourself back towards center. And as you come back towards center, point both knees up towards the ceiling. Extend both heels forward. Really nice. Use your hands to draw the flesh away from your sit bones, making a stronger connection with the ground here. Take an inhale, stretching all the way up towards the ceiling. Soften, micro bend both the knees here. Use your exhale to lengthen forward. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling. Exhale, extend and lengthen forward. Beautiful. Inhale, reach and extend up. Exhale, softening forward. Let your hands land wherever they do. Relax the weight of your head here. Close your eyes. Bend more into the knees if you're feeling tight. If you feel the stretch primarily behind your knees, bend more into the knees. Or you might do the opposite. If you're not getting enough stretch, press your heels forward. Soften your breathing. Soften the muscles here that might be working harder than they need to. And let yourself gently open in this westward stretch, this Paschimottanasana. Present for this inhale, present for this exhale. Next breath, gently walk your torso upwards, walk your hands in. Really lovely. Hold into both knees, give yourself a little hug here. Lovely. Sit yourself up and let's find our hands and knees. So I said hands and knees. I meant seated. Thank you for doing what I did, not what I said. Let's grab a hold of our right foot with the left hand, right knee with the right hand. We're just going to lift and move into the hip here. Yeah, we did a lot with our hips today. Thank you, hips. Good. How would it feel to take a little half lotus here? So we can try bringing that right foot to the little line that's created between our knee and our thigh on the left side. That's one option. Good. We don't want to force anything here. So if we're here and we're comfortable, you might try to bring your foot to the opposite thigh. That's another option. Good. If we're owing, send the foot back. Let's reach the right hand out to the side. Yeah. Rotate your palm backwards, thumb down. Bring that right hand behind your back. Good. Now, I can't do it, but if you can, here's where you might grab the right foot, or you can take that left hand back and hold the palm of the right hand. So we're kind of pulling that right hand towards the left hip. Yes, so instead of holding the arm, you would kind of rotate that palm forward and you're holding your hands. There it is. Good. Bring in. Exhale, releasing here. Good. Let's send the right foot down to the ground. Right hand's going to grab the left foot, left hand's grabbing that left knee. We're rocking here into the left side. Rocking here. With your hips, with your feet, legs, and knees. Good. See how it feels on this side. Sending your foot to that line that we create between our upper and lower leg. Yeah. Not uncommon for one side to be wildly different than the other. How would it feel to bring the foot to the opposite side here? Really take care of the knees. We don't want to stress the knees out at any point here. Good. So option to stay here at the thigh could come back here to that cross between the legs. We're going to try the bind on this side. So left hand's reaching out. We're going to rotate thumb down, palm back, bend into your elbows, send your hand behind your body. Right hand can come back, palm is forward, and we're joining palm to palm here. Good. Again, if it's in your practice, you can grab those toes. It's not in my practice today, though. Wherever we are, close your eyes, feel into your body. And we'll release our hands. Release our feet, come into one more stretch of your heels forward, wiggle your toes, roll into your ankles. And we'll roll in the opposite direction into your ankles. Good. Give those knees a little bounce. Fantastic. And we'll find our way in our Shavasana. We made it. Go ahead and grab the blanket that you need for support here. I will be coming around. I see several bolsters. Everyone grab bolsters today, so I'll help you get your bolsters set up. And I'll also be coming around with our eye pillows. There, your mat got a little turns. Oh, there you go. An eye pillow for you. You're welcome. Nice big deep breath as we soften into our relaxing pose. Take a sigh, audible sigh and exhale out. Ah. Inhale through your nose. Exhale with that sigh. Ah. One last time. Ah. And allow your body to be fully supported here. Notice any lingering tension in your muscles and invite even that tension to release as you relax into the support beneath you. Your feet softening into the support here. And your toes fully relaxed. Invite your legs to be heavy and soft. Allow for that ease and relaxation to come up into your hips, into the pelvis, and your back, and the point where your back softens into the earth. And your arms at rest. Hands and your fingers at rest. And the length of your neck, and the back of your head. You can feel all expression releasing from your facial muscles. And bring awareness here back to your breathing. Allow your breath to begin to expand. Begin to find some little movements of your toes and of your fingers. And let that movement come into your wrist, into your ankle. And as you feel ready, take a big stretch. back with your fingers, forward with your toes. Invite your knees towards your chest and give yourself a squeeze. A gentle side to side movement here. And come to rest easy on one side. And the top arm pressing down to bring your body back to a comfortable seat. And we'll pause a moment here with our hands at heart, honoring the body here, honoring this inner flow of breath and prana. And we will close our practice this morning with a single sound of Om. Let your next inhale prepare if you'd like to join in. Ah. I'm so grateful to be able to start the day with you. Thank you for sharing your energy and your practice. Namaste. Mm.